Hi there, welcome to my channel mathssl. I'm speaking Thaqib Latif. I'm going to show you today how to find the missing coordinates of parallelogram. So this is a question says the following sketch shows parallelogram ABCD. ABCD. Where the P is the point where the diagonal intersect. So this P where the diagonal bisect each other. So determine the coordinates of P giving a reason. So we need to find the coordinates of P. Obviously this is the midpoint of both diagonals. So we're going to take the midpoint of AC and then we're going to find the coordinates of P. So the midpoint, I'm going to use the midpoint formula, midpoint AC, because we can use also B and D, midpoint of BD, but we don't have the coordinates of D, so that's why we're going to use the AC. So x1 plus x2 y1 plus y2, this is the midpoint formula. Now so the coordinates of A I have -1 and 3, and the C I have 2 and 1. This is my x1 y1 x2 and y2. I plug it into this formula, -1 plus 2 over 2, and that's at y1 plus y2, which is going to be 3 plus 1 over 2. So I'm going to simplify. So after I simplify, my answer is 1 over 2 and 2. This is the midpoint of AC. So therefore these are the coordinates of P, 1 over 2 and 2. Now so we do have the midpoint of AC, which is P. Now he said the second part, this was the first part. Second part, he said determine the coordinates of D. Now to find the missing coordinates of parallelogram, so you can use the midpoint formula or you can use by inspection. I'll show you both way, right? Remember, we are busy with the parallelogram. How to find the missing coordinates of parallelogram, this is the method. So first we need to find the midpoint of AC, which we already have now, because P is the midpoint of AC, and the midpoint of BD also gonna be same, because in parallelogram both diagonal bisect each other. That's why their midpoint is same. So we're gonna use the first, we're gonna find the missing coordinates through midpoints, and then I will show you by inspection as well. Have a look. By midpoints, right, by midpoint. So obviously I need the midpoint of AB, I need the midpoint of BD, which is also gonna be equal to P. We're gonna equate the midpoints. We're gonna take the midpoint of BD and then we're gonna equate with the coordinates of P. Midpoint BD, that's gonna be also, I need to write the, so I have the coordinates of B, which is this, I can say this I can say my x1, this is I can say y1, this I say x2 and y2. The coordinates I denote with x and y. So this is my x1 y1, this is my x2 and y2. I plug it into this formula. It's gonna be a x1 plus x2, x minus 4 over 2, and then y1, which is y, positive and negative become a negative, over 2. So I plug into the formula. Now so the midpoint of AC is P, and also P is the midpoint of BD. So we're gonna equate now BD with the coordinates of P to find the missing point of D. So this is a formula, this is going to be a method in each and every question. So I say x -4 over 2 is equal to, I'm going to x gonna equate with x. So p, I got x 1 over 2. So 1 over 2. And now, so cross multiply, or you can multiply with, you can take LCD, which is 2, and then you can multiply whole term with 2, and uh, so 2 multiply x negative 4 over 2 is equal to 2 multiply 1 over 2 is cancelled. So we only left with x negative 4 is equal to 1. So the x become 1, negative 4 become positive 4 when you switch over to right hand side. So the x become 5. So now x we have 5, and now we're looking at coordinates of y. So now we're gonna say y negative 1 over 2, and now this one is gonna equate with y, which is 2, is equal to 2. Also, you can multiply with nothing mean, and there is 1 here, so both side you multiply by 2. So y negative 1 left here, because 2 and 2 gonna cancel, and 2 times 2 become 4. So y become is equal to 4, negative 1 become positive, so y become also 5. So now, therefore d we have x is 5 and y is also 5. So we find the missing coordinates through midpoints. So we have 5 and 5. Right? Now, how to find by inspection is going to be exactly the same method as, is exactly going to be same answer. So you can use by a midpoint, or you can find by inspection. But if they ask you only determine the missing coordinates by inspection, then you have to do by inspection. If they say determine the coordinates of d by midpoint, then you only have to use the midpoint formula. But if they say nothing, like in this question they say nothing, only they say determine the coordinates of d, now you got your own choice. You can use the midpoint formula, or you can find missing coordinates by inspection. But I will show you both methods. So by midpoint you already know now, so now we're going to use by inspection. So in this case you can choose anyone, by inspection or by midpoint. So how to do by inspection? Have a look here. By inspection we're going to use the formula rise over run, rise over run, which mean rise mean change in y, and the run mean change in x. So have a look here. You see, you can do a to d also, and b to c as well, your own choice, or you can go b to a and then c to d. So answer gonna be exactly the same. So if I decide vertical, then I say first how I get from b to a, then I'm gonna be same how I get to c to a. I have to do same thing this side. So if I choose how I get from b to c, so then exactly I must do the same thing here, how I get from a to d. So you can choose anyone, the answer will be the same. So I decide b to c, then I can do also same a to d. So b to c, so this is x. What is change in x here? Negative 4 and then become positive 2. So if I add here positive 6, then you're gonna see negative 4 plus 6 gonna be a positive 2. So which mean from change in x gonna be a positive 2. And then exactly I'm gonna do from a to d same thing. So if I add here negative 4 plus 6 become 2, and I negative 1 I add here plus 6, the answer gonna be a 5. We already prove by midpoint that the x coordinates of d is 5. So now how to write? If you go right hand side, so if you add, then you're gonna say you change in right, then you arrow must shows right hand side. If you minus, then arrow must show left hand side. So you add here now negative 4 plus 6, so that's where the arrow must shows right hand side. It's become 2. So this side also I'm gonna add exactly, I'm gonna do the same thing. 6 negative 1 plus 6 become 5. Now what is the change in y? So the negative 1, and if I add 2 here, can you see become positive 1. So if this is a change in x horizontal, so obviously change in y is going to be vertical. So then if you go If you add, the arrow must show up, and if you minus, the arrow must show downwards. So now, which means you're gonna add. So how much you're gonna add? 2. So it become 1. So I add here 3. Also same what I done there, I must add also here 2. 3 plus 2 become 5. There we go. So by inspection we also prove that missing coordinates of D is 5, and 5 exactly answer come same like the midpoint. So can you see, -1 and you add 2 become 1. So 3 you add 2 become 5. So that's change in y. Now if I decide to do b to a, is exactly the same answer gonna be. So -4, you how you get to the -1? What is the change in x here now? Can you see this is x? If you add here +3, that's gonna be a -1. Can you see? If you add -4 plus 3, answer gonna be -1. So exactly 2 plus 3, answer gonna be a 5. And here -1, this is no y. So if you add 4, answer gonna be a 3. So 1 you add 4, answer gonna be a 5. Exactly the same. So you can use this way, or vertical way, or you can use horizontal way, is same answer gonna be. I hope so you understand this concept. So I'm going to show you more videos on missing coordinates, how to find the missing coordinates through distance formula, or by gradient formula. I'll show you in my next videos. Please like and subscribe my channel. If you have any question, comment below. I will assist you. Have a nice day.